I was a producer on the Ellen DeGeneres show, won 4
Yeah.
Emmys, and would give them all back to have that time in my life. I had an NDA where I couldn't talk about her. And then now that she fled to England, which to me, like, the deportation thing is starting out on the right foot.
And we are into another new hour. Insensitivity training for a politically correct world. It is Wednesday morning, everybody.
Yeah.
We are The Woody Show. I'm Woody. That's Greg Gorey.
Hi, Wood.
Menace is here.
Hi.
We got Gina Gran
Hey.
right now. In studio, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have a guest, very punctual and very impressive.
Oh, so impressive.
Very few people are punctual the way that our guest today, Greg Fitzsimmons,
Yeah.
is here.
Hey.
Welcome back.
The best.
Welcome back, and thank
Is
you.
that all-
Thanks for being punctual.
Is
Yes.
that all it takes?
That's
It's
all
all
it
it
takes.
takes.
Low bar.
It's the simple things. Like my mom and my grandma, all it took was a card for their birthday, and
Yeah.
they were happy people.
I am not always punctual.
Punctual. It's early,
Wow.
so punctual,
I'm
functional.
not always functional or punctual.
Yeah.
Here's my worst example of being late because it has cost my career dearly.
Oh, no.
I go to the Aspen Comedy Festival. HBO used to have this comedy festival, and I won it. I won the jury award for
Hell
best
yeah.
comedian at the festival. NBC scouts are there.
Right.
There becomes a buzz, and industry starts coming to all my other shows at the festival. So I come back, and my agent goes, big news. Jeff, who is the head of NBC? Jeff
Bezos.
No, not Jeff
Yeah.
Bezos. I know who you're talking
Daniels.
about.
whatever the guy's name is. He wants to see you. He's very
Yeah, yeah.
excited.
Yeah.
So I got a 9:00 meeting on a Monday morning, and I'm off at the Green Bay Chuckle Hut all weekend. I get back late on a Sunday night, and so I get up the next morning, and I figure, all right, all I need is about a half hour to get from Venice to Burbank on a Monday at 9 a.m.
Sure.
So I start driving, and all of a sudden I'm halfway there, and it's 9:00.
Oh, no.
And I am like, my phone is blowing up. I'm like, almost. So anyway, long story short, I get to his office 20 minutes late. And this is a guy, heads of networks are punctual.
Yeah.
And I walked in and I sat down. No. I walked in and he goes, no, you don't have to sit down.
Oh,
How
no.
are you? Nice to meet
Jeff
you.
Zucker.
Jeff Zucker.
Does that sound right?
Yeah,
That sounds like a
Jeff
thing.
Zucker.
Yeah.
And we talked for 6 minutes, didn't sit down.
Oh.
No deal. No,
Didn't even sit
nothing.
down.
Yeah.
Didn't even sit
I'm surprised he even
down.
gave you 6 minutes.
I know.
And made you
And
stand.
while I was talking, there was a wall of TVs behind me
Yeah.
with all the different morning news
Yeah.
shows on, and he was looking at that. And
Oh,
not even-
no.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. Oh, that
That's
hurts.
a drive home where you're punching your steering
Yeah.
wheel.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
So look at him now.
And how many years into your career was this? Because like so many people wait for that opportunity. Like that's like they're going around, they're playing the Chuckle Huts, they're playing all these things, and
Yeah.
you finally get that meeting.
Well, I had moved to LA a year before and had a baby. And because I moved to LA from New York, everything dried up because when you're in a new city, you got to start all over again,
Right.
And so I wasn't working a lot. I wasn't getting meetings. And I had a new baby to feed. So I got home and I said to my agent, I go call everybody. And it was just over. That was all for naught.
Oh.
Yeah.
But you haven't been late since, clearly.
No, I've been pretty good ever since. That was my bottoming out period.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
then the dream
And
probably...
this is probably pretty much the bottom. Like rock
yeah.
bottom is an appearance on this show. I'm pretty
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, it's
And
only
then-
up from here.
I'm assuming the dream then was sitcoms, but it seems like today that's no longer the dream. It's maybe specials or something like that. Or
I think now it's just blowing up your podcast, because once you have
Yeah.
that, you can point that laser at anything, a new
Yeah.
book, a tour,
Yeah.
people are selling booze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's true.
This is a good segue because there's a couple things going on, which is why Greg Fitzsimmons is here. He's throwing his annual St. Patrick's Day show at the Hollywood Improv this Saturday. Tickets are
Nice.
available now if you go to ticketweb.com. Also, his latest special, it's called You Know Me, and that is streaming on YouTube. And speaking of podcasts, he's got his own podcast called the Fitzdog Radio Podcast.
Yes.
Nice.
You can listen to it on his website, gregfitzsimmons.com, and I'm also assuming like pretty much wherever you get podcasts.
Wherever you get And also, I know you guys are big in Pittsburgh. I'm coming
Yeah.
to Pittsburgh to the
Oh, nice.
Improv March 28th and 29th. and we're very excited. I just booked the line. I do the St. Patrick's Day show every year, and I always forget to book it. so I started calling people last night, and we got Bobby Lee,
Oh,
we
yeah.
got Harlan Williams,
Nice.
and we've got a huge guest I can't even announce because they are playing a big theater in L.A. the night before. And they're going to come. There's always a couple, like
Okay.
Bill Burr swung by last year. Zach Galifianakis stopped by the year
Yeah.
before. Are you guys coming?
Oh,
It'd
yeah,
be nice.
dude, that'd be
Really?
fun.
I would
Yeah.
love to have you guys.
That'd be incredible.
Yeah, I got coupons. They're like
Oh,
30% off.
Ooh,
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
could
Thank you.
use those.
Hey, you mentioned Bill Burr. Do you think he's actually pissed at Billy Corgan, or is
No,
that like okay?
come
All right.
on. That was like Andy Kaufman and who is the wrestler?
Oh yeah, the
Jerry Lawler.
Jerry
Yeah, yeah,
Lawler. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think this was good. I think you and me should do something like this.
yeah,
That would be amazing.
Yeah, let's get into an internet feud.
yeah. Like the only person that you remind me of, the looks and sound, is our old boss, that guy Greg Ashlock.
Okay, yeah.
Right?
Oh,
No,
the
I-
voice.
I
Yeah,
can kinda
totally.
see it.
This will not be the big headline grab that Billy Corgan and Bill Burr was,
Yeah,
but
now that
Yeah.
you say it.
yeah, we
Kinda
could say
see
he looks
that.
like Greg Ashlock.
That's
And-
true.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good thing. He's
Very
he's,
good thing.
he's a nice guy. Let me ask you on the St. Patrick's Day thing.
I'm
though,
going to
man.
say you look like the guy from Clerks.
Kevin Smith.
Yeah, Kevin Smith.
What
Friend
if
of
we
the show.
told you, Seabass, Woody was in a Kevin Smith movie recently?
Yeah.
Yeah, voice only.
Of the
No
voice.
kidding.
There's a DJ
Yeah,
character
voice
there.
only.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then they found out they're brothers.
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
And
exactly.
Kevin Smith walked out.
Right, they no
Yeah.
longer speak.
I'm the before. How weird is that now? Like I'm the before of
Right.
the Kevin Smith before and after photo.
Right.
'Cause he
Yeah.
talk about another guy who got
Slimmed
really
down.
skinny. When Greg walked in, he said, "Oh my God, Gina, you look great."
Yeah.
I've been riding high on that for days. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah.
It's amazing because I've known Greg for a long time, and I mean I think I was carrying more. I was carrying more boobs. I was carrying more around the middle.
Yeah.
And now there's just less Gina to love, and I'm very happy about it.
Yeah,
I
she got
I miss part of Gina.
Yeah.
which part?
Well, no, I just think you've always carried it well. I never
Thank
thought of
you.
you as
Like a fat chick.
like some people. Some people.
That's what he wanted to say.
Yeah,
Some
but-
people
but-
carry
Gross and
extra
fat.
weight well.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think I carried it all right.
It was
but
proportional. It wasn't
you.
like all hanging in the ass region.
right.
You know,
Or the belly
Right.
fupa region.
Right.
That's the worst
where
one.
you're
I think.
Yeah.
dating, where all the guys
Yeah.
you're dating are a certain race.
All right.
What race?
What race would that be?
Let's just say some girls you see them and they're with a guy like a white girl and you're like, she loves that car,
All right.
not her first choice in color.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to Google. I'm not getting.
Oh,
Are you serious? Oh, come on. Yes, you are.
Kidding.
Yes, you are. All right, Greg Fitzsimmons is here. Let me ask you a question. Who's more irritating and why? New Year's Eve drinkers or St. Patrick's Day drinkers?
I would say New Year's Eve because like I grew up in New York and St. Patrick's Day was the greatest day of the year. We started when I was like 13. We would I was 20 minutes from the city, and so we would just jump on the train and we'd paint our faces green. We were those jackasses.
Clearly.
And we were sneaking into bars. We were throwing up on the street. We were marching. We were starting fights. And then we get on the train to come home when it was like all the commuters were coming home from work. Guys in gray suits that just wanted to
Yeah.
read the New York Post and have their tall boy that they bought at Grand Central. And then we're on the train painted in green. And this is literally when I started doing insult comedy. I would walk up and down the aisles on Metro North, and I would annihilate businessmen.
Wow.
Was it the people in the Kiss Me I'm Irish gear?
Yeah. And so I still and you go to the parade now, and there's no drinking allowed on the streets.
Huh?
That's weak.
There's
the point.
nobody's drunk anymore.
Weak.
It's just
Yeah.
a different culture.
But that's
Yep.
New York, right? Like it's not Boston.
no, Boston's still like that.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Tell them what to do.
Chicago is still like that.
Yeah.
Chicago goes crazy on.
Yeah, my
right?
son went to college in Chicago,
Yeah.
and he went to it. He went to it last year. And
I
he
mean,
said it was
when they would dye
unbelievable.
that river green, man.
Yep.
Oh,
people,
yeah.
it's like all of a
Yeah.
sudden everybody came out of the woodwork and they were all drunk.
It loses their
yeah,
mind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but LA, the reason I do my show is because there's nothing in LA. It's like just another day. There's like,
Yep.
there's like a half a dozen Irish pubs that have
Right.
people that show up, but there's no parade. You don't see people wearing green.
No.
It's not a late night. So this became my solution for it.
Yeah, this is the first year I'm ever going to wear like anything green for St. Patrick's Day. I've typically, because I think it's like so, I don't know. I know it sounds dumb to say it's cliche because it is cliche. It's what people are supposed to do.
Yeah, it's the point.
On that, like you're supposed to wear the ugly Christmas sweaters
Yeah.
at the
Yeah.
holidays and
Celebrating.
things like that.
Yeah.
But I always found like, you know what? I'm not doing that.
Do
I'm
you
gonna be
wear
the guy.
black every day?
Pretty much black or gray.
Yeah, black.
Or maybe a dark navy.
Yeah, I
Oh,
saw
yeah.
the Navy. I almost
Or,
freaked
or
out.
what's the other color that you like? The
Oh,
maroon or
the
whatever.
maroon, the
Yeah,
burgundy
that's
is
my
very
color.
I have one
fetching.
shirt that's maroon. That's
Yeah,
it.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
Everything
rare
else is black and gray.
sighting.
He had one shirt
But-
that was salmon for a little while.
Like, okay,
I
but
couldn't
the,
picture that.
the Kiss Me I'm Irish stuff, right? Like, is that, do you love the pride or is that just lame?
Well, I'm not, I think all my grandparents are from Ireland. And so I used to march with the Ancient Order of Hibernians from the Bronx. And it was all these old guys. And my grandfather was an IRA guy.
Oh,
Oh,
damn.
So
okay.
he would put
The real
on a
deal.
suit and he had the
So he
sash.
collects taxes, huh?
And that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
With the cup in the bar, people throw a couple bucks in,
Yeah.
buy a machine gun, send it over. And he would walk with his chin up, arms at his side, proud. And all those old Irish guys would walk like that. So I don't know. I think that any sort of celebration of the Gaelic culture is, to me, it's keeping it alive to me. When I grew up,
Okay.
Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving, we would be in the Bronx at my grandfather's house, and he would do old Irish limericks.
Oh,
Not
okay.
dirty ones, like real
Real
limericks, and then my aunts and uncles would sing Irish songs till 2:00 in the morning.
And as a kid, you like this?
I
Or?
love.
Really?
Well,
Okay,
I
no, you
think
didn't.
part of me did, part of me didn't. But it's as I got older, I started
Yeah.
to really appreciate it more.
Were all the songs kind of like sullen and sad?
No, some of them were fighting songs.
Oh, okay. That's
yeah,
your
yeah.
choices.
Yeah, there's a lot of fighting
No
songs.
fighting.
Yeah,
No
and
No
then-
effing fighting.
And then here's what's great is my daughter, who's a very accomplished flautist, and then she learned how to play guitar about 9 months ago. So she's going to be performing Irish songs with my buddy Mikey Fitzgibbon
Oh,
at the
nice.
show. And they're going to play some Pogue songs and some Van Morrison.
yeah.
Yeah.
And did anyone ever grow up doing the dancing where you keep your arms at your side and your
The
feet go
Kaylee
crazy?
dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah. My nieces all do that.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, I'll have you know, because we're going to be in the St. Patrick's Day parade in Dallas on Saturday.
No.
Yes. I bought a green shirt to wear.
What?
Festive.
Hell
That's
yeah.
right.
Gotta
I
do
love it.
That's right.
Yeah.
I was about to
for
say he
you.
had to do this for a reason. He
My
wouldn't-
wife
Yeah.
says I'm going soft in my old age.
You got to put that in heavy rotation, though. That's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
a once a year thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it
have to
takes
see
a,
that.
Yeah,
You going
well,
face paint?
No, I'm not
Yeah.
going face paint. It's like, dude, baby steps. We're going with a
Yeah,
green
yeah.
shirt for the first time
Big
ever.
deal.
All right, Greg Fitzsimmons is here. His annual St. Patrick's Day show at the Hollywood Improv this Saturday. Tickets are available now, ticketweb.com. And his latest special, You Know Me, streaming on YouTube. More with Greg Fitzsimmons when we come back next here on The Woody Show. All right, welcome back.
Hey-o.
Greg Fitzsimmons is here. His annual St. Patty's Day show. Okay, how do you feel about that? Because I heard like there are some people who don't like when you say St. Patty's Day.
As long
Is it
as,
St.
long as you
Patrick's
spell
Day?
it with D's and not
With D's,
T's.
not T's.
Yeah,
Patty's.
okay. That's the key.
So not St. Patty's Day, St. Patty's Day.
Well, and it really is like I've always felt racially profiled. It's always the first
Yeah.
date of the year that was filled for me over the years. Like every club wants me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when I worked, I was a producer on the Ellen DeGeneres show, won 4
Yeah.
Emmys, and would give them all back to have that time in my life. I had an NDA where I couldn't talk about her. And then now that she fled to England,
Yeah.
which to me, like the deportation thing is starting out on the right foot. And I think she wanted to move to a country, England, where being called the C word is kind of like a good thing.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Oh,
because
I
you
see.
kind of
Yeah.
blend in a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's not as harsh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm beginning to talk about it because I think it's okay. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I think it is.
Love
yeah.
it. She
But I-
dipped, man.
I'll tell you this story
Yeah.
though. When it was St. Patrick's Day, they would come to me and they would make me do this bit with her where they got me a leprechaun outfit.
Oh,
Okay.
And I'm a grown man with kids. And they got me a leprechaun outfit and we would do this thing where
Yeah.
I would go out on the stage and I had a pot of gold coins and I would run around throwing them and she would chase me. That was
Yeah.
the cold open to the show.
Okay.
So, and it was one of those things where like, I just had to do it. Like they made me do it. And so I come out one year and I got on the tights and the pointy shoes and like the little hat.
Yeah.
And I walk out and I sit down in a director's chair backstage waiting for the cold open to start. And then the lead guest of the show walks out and sits down next to me, and it's Angelina Jolie, who is my hall pass.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My wife doesn't know it, but
Yeah,
she's
yeah,
my
yeah.
hall pass.
And this is the perfect opportunity. You're looking your best.
Yeah.
Your Riz.
Yeah.
And she sits down and she looks at me and she bursts out laughing. And then the music starts, and then I got to run out.
Like, I'll be right back.
Deedly 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 dee, haddly haddly ooly hoo. And you just got to see this frown on my face.
Yeah.
You can look it up on YouTube. I think it's up on YouTube somewhere.
Oh no!
And it was the worst experience of my life.
Yeah. Well,
That's
that's kind of like
bottom.
my Kate Beckinsale story.
Oh, true. That kind of got ruined.
We got invited to the when Hamilton came to town, and we got invited to like this special performance of it. And so my wife's really big into theater stuff in Hamilton, so we go. And it's intermission. I'm bored to death. I'm sitting there. I just want to go because I got to work the next morning. I'm super tired. And my wife goes, I know you want to leave, and I'm fine with that. But before you go, your it girl is literally right behind you. I'm surprised you can't feel the heat off of her right now. It was Kate Beckinsale, which is like my hall pass, right? Well, at the time, she's since been like, deemed certifiably crazy.
little nutty.
Yeah, very nutty. Anyway, still very, very beautiful woman. Anyway, so turn around and my wife goes, "Excuse me, Miss Beckinsale." Hi. And she introduces herself, introduces me. She goes, "My husband loves you." And I'm like, I wanted to die.
Wow.
I wanted to die. And she was very sweet. She was very nice, like Angelina Jolie. But like, man, like 2 opportunities to like, not that we had a chance.
Right,
You know?
I don't
Not
know.
that we
You
had a
might be
chance.
together today.
Yeah, right. I mean, Greg, you could have been with Angelina Jolie, I guess. At least for the one night with the hall pass.
My friend has the hall pass joke. David Feldman is this great comedian nobody's ever heard of. And he's like, me and my wife had hall passes, and mine was Jennifer Aniston, and my wife's was Brad Pitt. And then recently I said to her, it's been a long time. Do you think we should like re-up?
Oh, yeah.
And so she goes, all right, I'm going to go with Timothy Chalamet. And Chalamet?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Chalamet.
Chalamet. And he goes, all right, I'm going to go with The Babysitter.
Yeah, smart.
That's messed up.
Yeah, work smarter, not harder.
Yeah, work the numbers.
Yeah. All right. So Greg Fitzsimmons, St. Patrick's Day show, Hollywood Improv this Saturday. Tickets are available now if you go to ticketweb.com. He's got his own podcast, the Fitzdog Radio Podcast. And, of course, his latest special, You Know Me, streaming now on YouTube.
And it's got 499,000 views. It's 499,900. So if you guys
We need
can
100.
push it over during this show, click on it
Let's
and
do
give me the view.
All right, Menace, can you put a link on social media for that?
Absolutely.
Amazing.
All right, cool. There you go. That should get you
All
at least 50.
Yeah, a couple dozen.
We'll see. Seabass, what is this game that we have?
Well, it dovetails, as they say, right off of all the St. Patrick's and Irish talk. Now, Greg, you did grow up in New York City, but of course you spent a lot of time in the Boston comedy scene. You're very familiar with that whole the culture there, right?
Yeah.
So I have some like super southy, towny news clips, and we're going to play How'd This Clip End?
Okay.
So we're going to get the intro. People talk about stuff that's happening in Boston, and I'll give you some multiple choices about how these townies in
So
Boston.
this is like Florida Man plus
Yeah.
Catholic Rage.
right, but and multiple choice.
Yeah.
And
okay.
multiple choice. All right, here we go. First clip.
So this is a Southie reacting to the Globe. They were asking, "Hey, Whitey Bulger just got captured. What do you think about that?"
The guy's 81. I figured this time, leave him alone. He's going to be dead in a couple of years. He was a mobster, but so what?
He was a mobster, so
So
what?
what?
Leave him alone.
But so what?
I mean, as a native of Massachusetts,
Yes.
You is it really Boston? Are you a suburb of Boston, or there was kind
Yeah,
of?
it's about an hour outside.
What town?
Okay. All right.
It's Sturbridge area, Worcester County.
Yep.
Yep.
Western Mass.
Worcester.
Yeah. Hey, do you know Greg Goring?
So that chick, she's obviously a fan of Whitey's.
Yeah, of course.
So
She doesn't care.
does she finish this Boston interview by saying one of the 3 options?
Okay.
My father was, and I turned out okay. Talking about
Okay.
gangsters, of course.
Yeah.
All right.
Everybody's got an occupation.
Okay.
Or just go Sox.
Yeah.
Sucks. All right, we'll let Greg go first since he's
I'm gonna go B because it's an occupation. Because in Boston,
occupation.
it really is. Because you got to remember, these guys like Whitey, they buy the turkeys for everybody at Christmas.
Oh, yeah,
Sure,
they're like
yeah.
hometown
They'd
heroes.
have a little league
that was
team.
when
Right.
Whitey Bulger got arrested. Well, he got the drugs off the street. He replaced them with his own drugs.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, Sammy, we'll let you guess second.
I'll guess Go Sox.
Go Sox. All right. Greg Gorey.
Yeah, I think occupation.
Gina Grad.
Same
At least he's
occupation.
got a job.
B.
Occupation. I'm going to say A. I'll go off.
Everybody, my father was a gangster, and I turned out okay.
Let's find out how this one ends.
He was a mobster, but so what? Everybody's got an occupation.
Nice job. Yes, Mr. Fitzsimmons.
All right.
An occupation.
Now, for people who might not know, how would you describe a Southie? Like what kind of characteristics make up a Southie?
Well, they're territorial. They're racist. I mean, not anymore. Now Southie's all a bunch of yuppies. that
And
don't
that's,
wanna
that's,
stay-
that's the South Shore of Boston, right?
Yeah, but
Which, by the way, Sammy takes exception to when we say that Boston's a racist town.
I'd
Yeah,
say
I
it's-
don't think it is.
it's the most segregated town in the north.
To be fair,
by
she moved
far.
away when she was a young teen and never spent time in like the hardcore, like the,
Right.
the shore
that's,
area.
That's true.
Yeah.
The people I knew were
She-
not. I guess that's
She's got all of my cheerleading friends in the
Greg,
suburbs.
she's not aware of his reputation.
Right.
That's what she's trying
Yeah.
to say.
I think that if you're white, you just don't go. It's just so segregated.
Yeah.
Like my cop was my uncle was a cop in Mattapan, and so I went to college in Boston, and so Harvard and Boston University, and so I took the subway out to go visit him. He was going to take me home for supper on a Sunday. You know, that's what they do on Sundays. You have a supper. And so I took the red line out to, I think it's like the last stop in Mattapan. And I got off the train, and 3 cops walked up to me within 30 seconds, like, "What are you doing here?"
Wow.
and I was like,
They sniffed you out.
I said, "I'm here to see my uncle."
Who's your uncle?
Uncle Tim Harrington. And he goes, and they go, "Oh, come with us!" And they walked me to the police station,
Damn.
where my uncle was just finishing up beating somebody up.
Yeah, wrapping up for the day.
If you
Yeah.
hit him with phone books, it won't leave
Yeah.
a mark.
All right, next clip.
It's from NBC 10. As we just mentioned, there is a reputation in Boston for the St. Patrick's Day Parade, and some people, including the city council folks, are not a fan.
All right.
City Councilor Ed Flynn, whose district includes South Boston, says there needs to be a crackdown, including a zero-tolerance policy on public drinking, fighting, and destruction of property.
But over the last several years, it turned into a place for people to come to party for 3 days.
The potty for 3 days.
Does he end this with A, it's a Mardi Gras atmosphere,
Okay.
B, they should be in church, or C, Gronk doesn't even show up?
I'm gonna say Mardi Gras. It's a pot. See, also
3-day potty.
by saying it's a potty could also be public urination. It's
Oh,
a potty.
well,
right.
Like I have to go potty. I have to
Double
tinkle.
meaning,
That is
yeah.
guaranteed,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
I'm going to go, and Gronk doesn't even show up.
Yeah, I'm going C.
See, All
I'm
right.
going Mardi Gras. I think that was A.
Mardi Gras.
I'm going Mardi Gras.
Mardi
That
Gras.
sounds like a general answer.
All right.
Mardi Gras.
Let's find out.
It turned into a place for people to come to party for 3 days. It's a Mardi Gras atmosphere.
Oh, sorry, I should have said
Atmosphere.
I should have said Grar.
Mardi
Gras.
Gras.
Mardi Gras.
So you take the R out, you put it at the end
No,
of the
that's
next
exactly what it is. That's how they
Yeah.
describe the
Yes.
Boston accent. Yep.
Yeah.
My dad can't even say my sister's name. He calls her Jenner. Her name is Jenna.
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 Yeah, I went to the. I met this girl on a bus, and I was going from Boston back to New York, and I met this girl. She was from Boston College, and I had a 6-pack for the ride, and we shared it, and then I kissed her, and not even tongue, just like kissed her on the mouth.
Yeah.
But it was like, the green light was there.
Yeah.
Sure.
And so the St. Patrick's Day was coming up a couple weeks later. And I go, "Do you want to go to?" She was Irish. I go, "You want to go to St. Patrick's Day?" So we go down to Southie, and it is Mardi Gras. It is nuts. And the thing is about Southie is everybody keeps their door open, and you're encouraged to go in and out of everybody's house. And they've got
Wow.
they've got beer, they've got
God, I'd hate that.
food, they got, and so we walk down and. There's firemen on rooftops just drinking. and she's like, this is, like you see somebody once and you have one impression and then
Yeah.
you see him with the lights on. You're like,
Yeah.
without the 6-pack. And she's like, She's like, what if there's a fire? Like everything she saw was negative. And so we went into
See,
this
that's
house.
your soulmate.
We went into this house and, we're eating like some coffee cake and drinking some scotch. And then I excused myself to go to the bathroom, and I went right out the back door. I left her in Southie.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
What a joy.
With her bad attitude.
Yeah, what a joy.
Yeah.
No fun.
Joy is wrong, but you can.
All right, Greg Fitzsimmons is here. We're playing a little game. These are all clips from Boston news stories, and we have to try to figure out how they end.
This is also from the Globe. So Boston, like a lot of cities, they have a spot saving system. So if you shovel your own, when the snow piles up,
Sure.
you shovel that area. It's
chairs
yours.
out there.
But you have to put a chair out there or anything?
Chair. Well, you know what? That's what this next clip is going to set us up. Is people who put different chairs, cones, baby toys,
Sure.
whatever.
I mean, Pittsburgh's the same way, man.
One of those little jockeys with the lantern. That's
Right.
what Boston.
Sure. Light the way.
It's very bossy. Yeah, lawn jockey.
So this is a guy describing that
right.
system and people who break that system.
All right.
What they do is they pull in, they move the cone, they park. Then they take off and they don't put your cone or your chair back into the space. So then you come back from work at 4 o'clock in the afternoon after you shoveled the day before for 3 hours or 2 hours, depending on the amount of snow. And your space is gone because Joe Idiot came from wherever.
Joe Idiot came from wherever.
It took you 3 hours.
Wait, so the cone blocks the snow from refilling?
No, but
it
shows
just marks that.
parking.
It shows, hey, I did this.
Yeah.
Let me.
It's not yours. You didn't do the work. Lay off. That's like you don't have to pee on it. You just put a cone there and you've marked your territory.
And people respect that.
Does this finish with Joe Idiot came from whatever? Probably New York. Option A. Option B, and he doesn't even own a shovel. Or option C, it's a wicked pisser.
All right. Greg Fitzsimmons, your guess.
Give me A again.
He probably from New York.
I like that.
Yeah.
I'm saying that.
Because that's such a big,
rivalry.
There is no love lost between those two cities.
And I don't think in New York City you're not shoveling your own thing. It's they got plows.
I also love that he says, and you get home from work at 4 o'clock, which means you left at 3.
Good point.
Yeah, working hard.
You're
That's
not
a
even
city
drunk.
job.
Half drunk.
Yeah. Sammy.
What was the second one again?
That was they don't even. Oh no, he doesn't even own a shovel.
That one. He doesn't even own a shovel.
Okay. Greg Gorey.
Yeah, let's go with B. Shovel.
B.
New York.
New York.
I went A.
All right, I'm going New York as well. Let's find out.
And your space is gone because Joe Idiot came from wherever. And he doesn't even own a shovel, probably.
Oh,
Joe Idiot.
Because in the beginning, from wherever, probably New York. That's what I was anticipating.
Yeah.
Probably New York.
It takes you 3 hours to shovel a parking spot.
Well, dude, I was
You got a
watching.
problem.
Dude, that's because what they do, the plows obviously shove the snow to the side, so you've got 4 or 5 feet of
Yeah,
snow
you got a
sitting
wall.
there.
Yeah. Greg Fitzsimmons is here. You can check him out Instagram at Greg Fitzsimmons, Twitter Greg Fitz Show, and that's got to be. You got to figure out a way. They got to buy out whoever. Which one do you want? Do you want the Greg Fitzsimmons or Greg Fitz Show? Let's make them all uniform.
I want it to
Menace
just be
knows
Fitz
people.
Dog. I want everything to be Fitz Dog.
Oh,
Fitz Dog?
Yeah, put him on a link tree.
Menace can figure that out.
Yeah?
He's the master at all this.
Really?
Yeah, that way you can just give one thing, GregFitzsimmons.com, and then on social media find me at FitzDog.
I did help Whitney Cummings because she had her initial in the middle of her username.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you doing?
So how did you fix that?
Huh?
How do you fix that?
You got to know somebody.
Well,
You're from the East Coast. You're from the Northeast. You know somebody.
Yeah, I
you
mean,
got a guy.
Well,
You got
it's
a
the
guy.
benefit of originally being from San Francisco. Like, that's where everything starts. So you know
Yeah.
somebody that works there.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
He's got a guy who used to be the janitor at X or Twitter. And now the guy runs the place. He's like right under Elon.
And he's in Doge.
Yeah. Here, we got one more clip. This is we were talking about we were playing the clips from the Boston news stories and then trying to guess via multiple choice how the story ends. Here we go.
I wasn't expecting to see what I seen on a early Sunday morning.
Lisa Vieira says a friend of hers was walking down Mass Ave with his fiance around 7:30 Sunday morning. That's when a man driving by insulted the woman from his car.
And all of a sudden, he's seen the car. So he started running down here. Next thing you know.
So could that be a better car?
That cat.
Why are they getting a fight? Oh, a guy was driving by and he insulted my girlfriend. On Mass Ave, no less.
That'll do it.
All right. So
And
the
then-
options are
And then A, he got stabbed. B, then I seen another car. Or C, go Sox.
Greg Fitzsimmons.
It's obviously a stabbing. I mean, you insulted the girlfriend.
Okay.
Is that
it can't just
the
end.
next logical step?
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's like they're in a rush in Boston. There can't be an argument first.
Right.
It's just you go straight to
Right
the one.
to the stab.
By the way,
Yeah.
7:30 a.m. on a Sunday. This is happening.
They're
Probably
on their way to church.
On the way to church.
Yeah. Father Murphy was preaching that week about helping the poor, which just means black people. So I left early.
Yeah, how'd you get your girlfriend?
All right, so you're going with stabbing.
Yeah, it's a stabbing.
All right, Boston or Massachusetts native Sammy Marino. What's your guess?
I'm going to go with Then I Seen Another Car.
Then I seen another. Then I seen another car.
And I saw a scene.
Menace.
We finally have to have Go Sox, so I'm going Go Sox.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
All right, Gina.
I think another car pulls up for sure. I seen another car.
I seen another car.
Like it might have hit the person or something.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna defer to Greg and say stabbing as well because it's it's in the news. I don't think it would be in the news if it was just a cat call.
Now, keep in mind,
You know?
I know this is real life and these are real people and real consequences. However, inside, I'm kind of hoping for the stabbing because it's a much better story.
When you act like a cartoon character, we get to laugh at you.
Right. And God, like, when was this? I mean, like, how long? I'm sure this was years ago, right? Like,
It's all water under the bridge.
All right.
Water.
Yeah, it's all water.
Water under the bridge.
Time plus
That's Water's Philly.
That's not
tragedy plus time, people.
Water.
Yeah.
Water.
All right. I'll go with I'll go along with you, Greg.
All right.
The both two Gregs.
All right.
Yeah,
All right, let's see how it ends.
And all of a sudden, he's seen the car. So he started running down here. Next thing you know, he got stabbed.
Nice.
Oh my God.
The best part is the guy didn't even leave the car. It was a drive-by stab.
You insult my
so good.
girlfriend. I'm going to chase after you in your car.
Yeah.
And she's
That's a man.
and she's so mellow recounting it.
Just
So
another
mellow.
day.
And all of a sudden, he's seen the car. So he started running down here. Next thing you know, he got stabbed.
Yeah. By the
Then I
way,
went to Star Market and got a roast.
Yeah, I went to Dunkin', got Boston cream.
So I had to break up with him because he's all stabbed.
No disrespect.
It's a fun game. I like
That's
that
a
game.
good game.
Yeah.
Well, Greg Fitzsimmons, make sure you go check out his special. His latest special is called You Know Me. It's streaming on YouTube. St. Patrick's Day show at the Hollywood Improv this Saturday. Tickets available at ticketweb.com. Check out and follow his Fitzdog Radio podcast. What else did we miss? I mean, what else? What else?
Is this the national? We're going.
Oh, we're everywhere, baby.
Pittsburgh,
Everywhere.
on March
Pittsburgh,
28th and 29th at the
Yeah.
Improv, and that's
Yep.
that's great. I mean, I
Okay.
appreciate all the love.
Of
This is
course,
nice.
man.
Yeah.
Well, we love spending time with you.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah, it is fun.
You know, we get to have a good time and just chop it up together.
right.
Chop it
You get
up.
to look at Gina.
Aw.
right?
My
You know,
mom
so
must
that's-
love Greg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but we love you, man. Thank you so much for coming in,
All
and
right,
thank you
thank
so
you.
much for being. I mean, look at that, punctual on
On
time.
time.
That way we get the most Greg.
Yeah.
It's
Wow.
all perfect.
The most
Now I
Greg.
don't know what the hell I'm going to do. I'm usually not up for another hour.
All right, more Woody shows next. Hang on.